Hello everyone and welcome back to another adventure in Coriolis. On today's video, I wanted to provide an update to the video that I did last week talking about the potential for Carnival cruises to be canceled for the rest of the year 2020. Now you can see that video, I'll provide the link down in the description below. In that video, I did make quite a few references to some announcements that Carnival was going to make this past week, which they did, and that's what I want to talk about now. The first announcement came out on Monday as suspected, and it did delay all Carnival cruises or suspend and cancel all Carnival cruises through May 11th. This is sort of what we anticipated was going to happen, as Carnival had already removed most of their sailings through May the 12th or May the 14th, so the May 11th date makes sense. Now, just a couple of days later, around April 1st or so, Carnival released another statement on their website. This statement canceled other sailings beyond May 11th, including all Alaska sailings through June 30th, all Carnival Radiance sailings through November 1st. This means no inaugural season in Europe or in New York City. And then third, it canceled all Carnival Legend sailings through October 30th. So this means no Carnival Legend sailings in 2020 from New York or Europe. Now, with the Carnival sailings for the Carnival Legend being canceled for Europe, as well as the Carnival Radiance, this means the entire Carnival cruise line season in Europe this year has been canceled. Now, with these cancellations, Carnival has offered guests to either receive a full refund of all fees and cruise fare paid immediate, although I think I've been reading that's been taking more about 15 days for some folks, so a couple weeks to get that refund. However, if you choose to transfer the amount of money that you've paid for your cruise so far to a future cruise credit, Carnival is also offering along with that. So if you take the money in a future cruise credit, apply it on a new booking, they're offering $600 per stateroom onboard credit. So those are the two options Carnival is giving you. They're offering this and asking you to go to a website. I will insert that form here, and it just asks you to provide your booking number and some other information about your sailing, and they will provide you with that future cruise credit and onboard credit for a future sailing. Going forward, I do anticipate more announcements of cancellations to come. Just in the past day or two, Carnival has actually taken down all cruises until June 1st. You can't book a new cruise on Carnival right now for the entire month of May. We did see this happen last week before that announcement came out that cruises were canceled through May 11th. So I would think that probably in the next week or so, we may see another announcement come down the line from Carnival that cruises have been canceled through at least June the 1st. Over in Australia, Carnival does sell the Carnival Splendor over there right now, and they announced just this week that all sailings have been suspended on the Carnival Splendor in Australia through June 15th. So could we see Carnival follow suit in the United States with that announcement as well? I think it will probably be through June 1st in the next announcement, given that they've already taken those May sailings down off their website. While Carnival may continue in this vein of month-by-month cancellations, I do still anticipate that we'll probably see most of 2020 canceled for Carnival Cruise Line. As I said in my last week's video, across all ships and all sailings, I just don't think that they're going to be able to sell much this year at all. And I think we're going to continue to see probably a month-by-month basis. So I think in the next week or two, we'll see all May sailings canceled, and then we'll see all June sailings canceled, and so on and so forth. Now, one of the reasons that Carnival may do this is because it keeps revenue coming in from new bookings. So let's say tomorrow Carnival said, we're canceling all cruises for the rest of 2020. Well, no one's going to be able to book a cruise until 2021. However, if Carnival says that we're canceling all cruises through June, but the rest of the year is good, people are going to be booking cruises, and that's going to be revenue for Carnival for, say, the fall and winter season. Also, giving Carnival a lot of credit. They are like the rest of us. They really don't know from day to day how this situation is going to change. They don't know when they're going to be able to start their operations back up again. So I think they're just playing it by ear as best they can. They're having a difficult time also right now as their stocks tumbled this week. So much so that Carnival Corporation actually pulled the dividend from their shareholders. They no longer offer a dividend to shareholders. They also had to borrow more money this week. So I do think Carnival will continue on a month-to-month suspension of their cruises based upon how their stock's been doing. They're going to need revenue, and also because this is ever developing and ever changing situation that everyone's just having to play by ear right now. On my last video, a lot of you guys expressed interest and concern because you have cruises booked for the summer months and you kind of don't know what to do, maybe even into the fall months now. I was looking around about the cancellation policy to see if Carnival had laxed that any and if there's any changes. I know the current cancellation policy, once you reach your final payment date and make the final payment, you're gonna lose money if you cancel your cruise after the final payment date. And even if you cancel your cruise before the final payment date, I think there is some administrative fee associated with rebooking your cruise and keeping your deposit that you've paid. Now, I couldn't find anything explicit on their website saying that they've relaxed any of those policies. However, they may have sent out emails to people who have cruises booked stating that they could cancel their cruise. Now, another possibility that I think may happen, in addition to Carnival going month by month with their cancellations, I think that they could potentially cut their fleet down a little bit, meaning that they take some of their ships potentially out of service for a while and only sell some of their maybe newer, bigger ships or ships that they know are going to make money. For several reasons, I think the biggest being that once cruises do come back up, if they do come back up this year, I think that the cruise lines, none of the cruise lines are going to be selling at full capacity. I think it's going to take folks a while to get over what has happened and to get back on a cruise ship again. So I do anticipate that it's really going to hurt the sailings. It's going to have an impact on the number of people who are sailing on each cruise. So I think Carnival could cut some of their fleet to control that supply and demand a little bit. Also, if you remember, Carnival did offer to the US government some of their ships to serve as hospitals in some of the US ports and some of the hot spots during this pandemic. So if the US government does decide to take Carnival up on this offer, I think we could see some of the ships pulled out of service for a while they're used as hospital ships. So I do think if Carnival continues to sell through those late summer and fall months, I think maybe we could see a reduction in the fleet. Carnival currently has, I think, around 26 or 27 ships, so I think we could see that number reduced quite a bit in order for them to maintain supply and demand and to continue to make money and not sell those ships at less than capacity. So guys, that is it for the latest that I have on what's happening with Carnival Cruise Line. I do anticipate we are going to see more announcements in the next week or two, and I will try to bring you those updates as often as I can. I want to thank you all for watching this video, and I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below. Do you have a cruise coming up soon? How do you think your cruise will be impacted? And really, just how long do you think the delay will be until everyone's back cruising again? I hope all of you are staying safe, and I thank you again for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.